G'day, I'm Mark Hoth and welcome to Swift Almanac, where we teach you the basics of Swift in 10 minutes or less. Today's lesson is guard statements. So let's have a look at guard statements in 10 minutes or less. Guard statements. Guard statements allow you to check a Boolean value most often if an optional value has an actual value, and then to continue only if that guard statement is true. Guard statements always have an else statement for when the Boolean test is not true. So if we look at this function greet, which takes a person as a dictionary, guard let person name else return. Print hello name, and then we have guard location equals person location, else print I hope the weather is nice near you, return, otherwise it's going to fall through and print I hope the weather is nice in what the location is. So when we call this function greet down here with just a name and John in the dictionary, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to see that the name John exists, and so it will fall through and print hello John. Then it will test for the location, and that's going to fail, and so it will have print I hope the weather is nice near you, and that's what we find down here. In the second time we call greet, we're passing a dictionary that's got the key value name and the key value location. So in this case, when the guard statement is tested, person name is going to return Jane as the value, and it's going to type hello Jane, and here the guard statement location equals person location. Well, location exists, and so location is going to be set to the value of Sydney. It's going to skip this return and print function and come down here and say I hope the weather is nice in Sydney, and that's exactly what we get. Now the important thing to remember here is that the constants or variables created by a guard statement are available for the rest of the code block. So where this name variable is set or this location variable is set, that can be used anywhere within this code block from here to here in the function. And as you can see, location here is used outside of this internal else statement. Now, one of the main purposes of a guard statement is to check that an optional actually contains a value. So to protect your code, you can test that an optional has a value, otherwise you can return gracefully. So in this test function here, we've created an optional int, we've set to nil, so it has no value, and then we do a guard statement, guard let value equal optional int. So we assign the optional int to this value function, and if it doesn't have a value, then it's going to return gracefully, and if it does have a value, then value is not going to be an optional int, it's going to be an integer. So if we assign it a value, then it should print that value here, or it will if we call a test function. It prints the value 6. Now, if we were to print optional int, then that's going to print optional 6. So you can see that the process of the guard statement is converting the optional value to this temporary variable, which is not going to be optional, because when it falls through, we know that the optional actually has a value. So the data type will be set to int and not optional int. Well, that's it for guard statements. If you have any questions about the tutorial, then please leave a comment below or hit me up on Twitter @SwiftAlmanac. Please subscribe to the channel, it's free, and check out our website at www.swiftalmanac.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.